Down through the years, the Lord's been good to me. Oh, down through the years, the Lord's been good to me. Oh, down through the years, oh, the Lord been good to me. He's been good, so good to me. Yeah, down through the years, the Lord been good to me. Oh, down through the years, the Lord been down through the years, oh, the Lord. I know the Lord really been good to me. Down through the years, the Lord, He made a way for me. Oh, down through the years, the Lord made a way for me. Oh, down, oh, the Lord, you know the Lord made a way for me. Isaiah chapter 43. Verses 18 and 19. There's a word found there. In chapter 43. I like how the New International Version of this particular text reads, and it says, forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. God bless you. May be seated in the presence of the Lord. I want to tag this text this morning. I want to preach about get ready for something new. Get ready for something new. You got someone on your row, in front of you, behind you. Look at them and say, neighbor, Pastor Kimbrough is going to preach about get ready for something new. My brothers and sisters, in this pericope on today, we see that the people of Judah and Jerusalem could not imagine anything beyond their present distress because of their weariness, longing for the normal, and a hope that all the problem was go away. At the time of the writing, that we discover that many of the leaders at that particular time were trapped by their circumstances. Rather than them being godly, being strong leaders, they had a reputation of leading the people towards what lies ahead by trying to convince them of their past. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They was leading the people backwards. And my brothers and sisters, God had to intervene, and thank God that God always have a prophet. I don't care how many leaders that the world may have, is that God always have a prophet. God always have a prophet to stand between him and the people. You need a prophet to hear what God has to say. And I don't care, my brothers and sisters, how you feel, is that you want to hear from God. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't care how many voices you may attune your ears to, but you want to know, is that word from the Lord? And at the time of the text, God had a prophet by the name of Isaiah. He gives Isaiah a message so that Isaiah could prepare the people. And listen at me now, for what, Pastor? For the next season of their life. God tells Isaiah to tell the people of Judah and Jerusalem that I'm going to do a new thing. Isaiah's message, my brothers and sisters, was a message to the children of Israel. And it came to a point, rather, in their life that, yes, they are in captivity. Yes, the record of it is they had lost everything. They was homesick. They wanted the blessings of God. They wanted to enjoy the promises that God had promised their foreparents. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But they could not receive, they could not go forward by constantly looking backwards. God reminds the Israelites, don't forget who I am. I'm faithful. Yeah, I've been faithful to you all. I've been pointing you toward the hope of what I want to do in your life. God tells Isaiah to tell the people of Judah and Jerusalem, I'm not dead. I'm much alive. I still works at my best by refreshing, by renewing. I works at my best by restoring things. I'm a God that deals with forwardness and upwardness. And I couldn't help, when the Lord led me to this particular passage, I couldn't help but to say, Lord, speak. Because even as we have approached this new year, God is saying to us, to those who have attentively, prayerful, and spiritually ear, that I want to do a new thing. I want to renew. I want to give you a restorational life. I want you to move forward. And I said, Lord, if that's your proposition, is that's your desire, how is it that we can embrace, just get into this new thing? How is it, how can I get to enjoy all that you promise? The Lord said, look at here, son, the first thing I need you to do, just like he tell Isaiah to tell the people of Judah and Jerusalem, he says that in order for you to get to the newness or get to the new level, you got to first of all release the past. Listen to what he says. He says, you cannot enjoy 2025 until you forget the former things. He tells Isaiah to tell the people of Judah and Jerusalem, you can't dwell on the past. And I think, my brothers and sisters, I think it's one of these messages I think I need to do in series, because I can't say it all today, because it'll take me till this time next week. So I better do it in a series. Because the church is the only place where you're getting empty that you want a quick fill up. Yeah. And I don't care what kind of automobile you get. You have is that you got to go to the service station. You got to go to the filling station and get refilled. But listen at what God told Isaiah to tell New Hope. That if you want to get something new from me, you got to release the past. Because just like the children in the text, is that many of them was carrying the weight of the past. Yes, sir. It's a condition. They had past regrets. Yes, they had past disappointment. Even they had some past accomplishments that they was holding on to. And God speaks to Isaiah and tells him to tell them, forget the former things. Prepare yourself for something new. And all my brothers and sisters, as children of God, our past is not the future plan that God perhaps may have for you. And I come by today to tell you, it's not easy to put on a new mindset. Everything in our world changes, especially since the COVID, is that it brought upon some changes. Some things that have changed for the betterment. Are y'all hearing me? But when it comes to us as children of God, is that we're the only one has a problem with changing our mind setting. Can I get a witness? The Lord had to tell Isaiah to tell it, y'all are no longer in exile. You keep bringing up what happened back in Babylon. And God says to Isaiah to tell them that I've called you to release some of that stuff that have caused some pain and some shame in the past. Because the truth of the matter is that some things that have happened in the past, if you're not careful, is that you will allow it to define your future. preaching here, Pastor. Sometimes we have been in some relationship that wasn't so pretty. Or y'all hearing me? There have been some marriages that ended up in divorce. And there have been some situations, there have been some jobs opportunity that did not end well. But you cannot allow your future. You cannot define your future all because you've had some past experiences. I'm here today to tell you that just like God had to remind the people of Judah and Jerusalem, is that every now and then, if you're going to look back, just take a temporary mindset about the amazing thing that I've done for you in the past. But yet, while you are reflecting and reminiscing for a period of time on the past, don't become so focused on your past victories that you miss the new thing. Oh, Lord, help me preach this morning. I think I need to say it one more time. The Lord had to tell Isaiah to tell the people of Judah and Jerusalem, Go ahead and celebrate some of your past victory. But while celebrating, don't get so caught up in the celebration of the past that you miss the new thing that I got for you. And y'all do know that if anybody had a reason to celebrate the past, there was the children of Israel. I said, if any nation that had some bragging rights about how God blessed them, it was them. Because y'all do know it was God that led them out of Egypt. Can I get a witness? It was God that allowed them to see him part the Red Sea, and they was able to walk across the Red Sea without even getting in the mud. I mean, they had something to celebrate. Is that when they left out of Egypt, y'all don't hear me, as infants? Is that as they got older, they didn't have no Macy, they didn't have no belts, that there was no Walmart, that there was no nobody that was designing any clothing. There was no shoe department. Is that they could not make anything. But the miracle of it is that those babies that left out of Egypt, is that as they grew older and as they grew, their clothes grew. As the feet, y'all don't hear me. The feet grew. The Lord miraculous worked a miracle. The shoes grew. Shoes did not wear out. Oh yeah, he worked a miracle. Y'all think that miracle, the Red Sea was something, but can you just take your mind back to those infants? 40 years, the same clothing on. Them babies left out of there, but when they got old, they got 40 some years old, they still had the same clothes, and his clothes weren't short. That's a miracle. God told them, yeah, go ahead and celebrate those victories. Go ahead and celebrate how you conquered the land of Canaan. Go ahead and celebrate how I allow you to settle and enjoy your inheritance. But don't get beside yourself. Don't try to relive them. Tells them to forget the former things. But yet thy faith in God, listen to what I'm finna say, thy faith in God was a faith that was dealing with the past. They had yesterday's faith. And one thing about yesterday's faith is that it's not sufficient enough for today. That's why the writer of Hebrews encouraged us now faith. Yeah. Yesterday's faith builds you up to where you are now. But it takes some renewing faith. It takes some faith to see not only today but to see tomorrow. They needed to renew their faith by remembering, and that's the only way you can renew your faith is when you can take a moment and think about the past victory, but you got to keep in mind is that you can't stay there. Because walking faith is different from walking by sight. Preaching here, Pastor. Yeah. Walking faith is different than walking by your feelings. Yeah. Walking faith is different than walking from the past. Is that walking faith calls me to walk and knowing that same God that brought me from yesterday is the same God today. And he's still going to be the same God on tomorrow. And my brothers and sisters, is that when we look at what they did, is that they lost their faith in God. They had past faith, but they didn't have no future faith. I think that's a caution there, is that anything less than believing God totally is a sin. You just can't have no past faith. You just can't have no present faith, but you got to have some tomorrow faith. You got to believe that God got something greater. You got to believe that God got great things for those who continue to walk with him. Oh, my brothers and sisters, yes, they had been in captivity for 70 and some years, and it seemed as though they could not get captivity out of them. Yet Isaiah reminds them God has not changed his mind. He still wants to give you what he promised. Yeah. And do you not know, my brothers and sisters, they could not get past dwelling on the past. And one thing I've discovered, and you may not have discovered it, but I have discovered it, is that sometimes when you dwell so much on your past, is that it can discourage you. Yeah. If you continue to dwell on your past failures and your past misaccomplishments, is that it'll lead you to discouragement. And you got to remember that every time you start feeling discouraged, is that you're saying to God, is that God, you messed up on something. Notice, if you please, my brothers and sisters, is that God had to remind them that Babylon was not the end. Brighter days were ahead. Bondage and hard time, if you're not careful, can cause people to unvalue themselves. Oh, I don't believe you're all hearing me. That you can be in bondage, you can be prisoners within your own self. You can be down so long and until it will cause you to feel that you have no value of yourself. And all my brothers and sisters, God had to remind them is that I want you to release yourself. Release yourself of your past. Forget the former things. I'm going to do a new thing. Notice it. Notice. And I got to rush on. God was not condemning them from their past. Yeah, because past is just what it is. It's history. It's in the past. But instead, my brothers and sisters, God was holding out his hand of hope. He says to them that I want to give you an opportunity to start over. Oh, I wish I had somebody praying with me. He had to tell Isaiah, don't you stop right in here. Don't stop telling and warning them, because he said in that 55th chapter of Isaiah, verse 7, he said, let the wicked, I wish I had somebody read it, forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him. And to our God, y'all ought to read it when you get a chance. For he would abundantly pardon. That is, they would just forsake their wicked ways. Oh, my brothers and sisters, somebody listening to me today is that you need to know that you cannot allow what happened yesterday to cripple what you can do today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got to learn how not to be a prisoner to your own self. You can't allow past experiences hold you in captivity. You got to put some things behind you. You got to release some things so that you can be able to embrace your today and your tomorrow. Yes, sometimes you may need to forget not only some things, but sometimes you may need to forget some people. Oh, preaching here, Pastor. Yeah, there are some things that can hold us in our past to keep us from living today and tomorrow. Oh, I know I'm right about it. Not only there are some things, but there are some people that you really don't need in your life because they are just there pulling you down. Oh, I wish I had somebody here listening to me. There are perhaps some peoples in your circle that is not there to lift you up. Or y'all hearing me? Maybe it's some close relatives and some people that have been your friends since childhood that you need to release. Can I get some help in here? And somebody need to hear me now. You don't need people that contributing to your hurt that you already heard already. And I've discovered that when you got people in your circle that is not for your good, yeah, it don't have your best interest at heart. Some people are just not worth it anyway. Oh, y'all might have quiet in here. I might well, since I'm here, I might as well go ahead and preach. That there are some people. Y'all may not know have them here in Thomasville. Come on, Mobile. There are some people that is just not worth it. They weren't any good for you anyhow. You need someone who has your best interest at heart. Can I get a witness? Sometimes you just need to release some people in your past. Because I've discovered you can't change yesterday. But you can't give them power for your today and tomorrow. And sometimes you just need to tell yourself, I need to pull my own self up with my own bootstrap. Because some of y'all ain't been in the church all your life, but some of y'all remember that song, I Can Do Bad. All by myself. And sometimes you will enjoy your life better if you just get rid of some things and some people. Oh, preaching here, Pastor. Yeah, stop bothering God and stop crying your head over somebody that is not in your life. Can I get a witness? Yeah, he moved down the street. You need to thank God. She'd have found her another sugar daddy. You need to praise God. Tell yourself there's some more fish. Preaching here, Pastor. Because when you release yourself of the past, you will understand that when one door is closed, if you got faith in God, God can open up another door. Because I'm not the only one in here. I've lost some things that was dear to me. There are some people that I thought I could not live without. But when I learned how to live one day at a time, if you don't think life goes on when you're gone, you just mess around there and die. You mess around there and die. The world keep on turning. This is a word for somebody in here. Life goes on. And sometimes you just need to do like the potter in the book of Jeremiah. Sometimes you just need to get on the potter wheel. Because you and I nothing but clay. And sometimes you just need to go to the potter's house. Preaching here, Pastor. And tell the Lord, give me a new refreshing. Mold me. Make me what you want me to be. And sometimes when you release some things and some people's in the past, it's going to be painful for a minute. Y'all might as well be 100. Come on, be 100 with me. When you lose some things and some people, it ain't you human. But can I help somebody beside me? God never puts us in a position. He never allows us to go through anything that we can't handle. This sermon may not be for you today, but it may be for you tomorrow. Is that sometimes you got to have system. You got to wake up and realize that God did not put you where you are to go through what you're going through. You can handle what you are going through. Because if you keep the faith, God knows how to reverse some situations. It may be bitter right now. But he'll work it out in your favor. Because somebody in here beside me read it, that all things works together for the good of them that love the Lord. It may not be good to you, but it was good. It'd be good for you. Some of y'all from the old school. I never did, Regina. I didn't like no castor oil. Maybe y'all did, but I never liked it, castor oil. But around this time of the year, Grandma would go to the medicine cabinet. Can I get a witness? You better not have no cold and sniffers. She'd get that oil. She'd get that cod liver oil, boil it down. Can I get a witness? Oh, yeah. I don't care how she tried to fix it and try to get the taste out. It was still there. Don't care how many peppermint. Couldn't get rid of that taste. Y'all better well talk to me. Don't care how many lemons you suck. Can I get some help in here? I don't mean to take you back, but y'all need to go with me there. I don't care how you try to rinse your mouth out with vinegar, that taste. Can I get some help in here? This younger generation don't know what I'm talking about. I need that older generation. And Deacon Christian is that she said, paint your nose. And, huh? Still couldn't get rid of the taste. Don't care how fast you was trying to swallow it, it's still. And every now and then she put some black broth in there. And there was something about that. She don't care how they shake it up, but can I tell you, the message of it is that regardless of how it tastes, it was good for you. And that's how it is when it comes down to trouble. That's how it is sometimes when it comes to pain. You got to learn how to take the good along, shake it up, because it's working for your good. Because whatever mess that is in us, you had to stay around the house, though. You couldn't go out and, because you don't know when it may hit you. I wish I had that generation in the house. A good dose of the castor oil is what some of us need. And I need to remind us, Satan, don't underestimate the power of Satan. Satan has a way of trying to control our thoughts of life. Yeah, don't you underestimate his power. He tried to bring up our past. Every time we're trying to settle and trying to go ahead, he brings up our past failures, brings up our past mistakes, tries to condemn us for where we are in Christ. Oh yeah, don't misunderstand the power of Satan. That's his job, to remind us of our mistakes of the past. Yeah, you've had some disappointments. He tried to remind us of our past. Some of the past hurt that we have incurred, and then we have afflicted on others. But can I tell you, my brothers and sisters, don't allow him to tempt you, nor lure you to hang on to your past. Because the truth of the matter, all of us got some past. All of us have done some things. Can I get a witness that we're not pleased of? But can I close right there? I wish I had somebody here beside me. Yeah. Some of y'all too holy and too thou. Y'all been in the church too long. But since y'all can't be real, and come here, Paul. Paul said, let me testify. Yeah. Paul said, if I can testify, let me pull out my resume. Y'all do know who Paul was. Paul said, I've done a whole lot of things that I'm ashamed of. Can I get a witness? But I had to learn how to let go of some things. I've had some, I've done some things before I became converted. I was a church hell raiser. I persecuted the church. I had to let that go. Can I get a witness? When did you let it go, Paul? Is that I let it go on the Damascus road. I thought I was doing God a favor. I thought I was helping God out, persecuting the church. But Paul said, but one day I met the founder of the church. I really met the one that died for the church. It was up until then, and sometimes, when ain't nobody here but us. Yeah, when I see folks raising hell in the church, they ain't met Jesus. Yeah, when you really meet Jesus, You discover that your arms are too short to box against God. Paul said, I had to let it go. Paul said, I had to let go. Those that persecuted and those who I persecuted. I had to let some past be the past. People stoned me. Y'all do know Paul. Paul said, look at my resume. Y'all talking about y'all had it rough. Y'all ain't been through nothing. Paul said, I was stoned by my own brothers and sisters. Paul said, I was socially ruined by the church. I had to let it go. Paul said, I had to sit around and sit amongst those who were jealous of me. I had to let it go. I was left alone and expected to die. I had to let it go. I was accused of all sorts of things. Arrested and beaten. I had to let it go. Why did you let it go, Paul? He said, out of all I accomplished, there's only one desire, one thing I had in mind. The only goal that I had was to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. He said, all that I wanted is to embrace God more than impress people. He said, I had to change my mind. I had to let God change my heart. He said, I had to release some things. I had to let some things go. Oh, my brothers and sisters, I pressed toward the mark. Y'all hear Paul? I pressed toward the mark of the calling of God which is in me. Oh, it wasn't easy, Paul said. I had to cry sometime. But I had to forsake some things in my life. Oh, my brothers and sisters, I think I might as well close right there. Because I thank God that he have allowed you and I to enter into 2025. Oh, if the record be told, there was some hurts and pain in 24. Can I get a witness? But since God allowed us to see a new year, oh, since he gave us a fresh year, the wounds that occur in 2024, matter of fact, it can be some previous years, some wounds that are still open. But if we're going to live happy, have some joy in our soul, you got to start 2025 by releasing some things. You may have been criticized in 24. You and I may have been talked about, called everything but a child of God. You may have been pushed aside because you did not belong to a certain clique. But I need to tell you, in order to enjoy the promises of God, you got to learn how to release some things. You need to learn how to tell yourself and tell the world. You need to tell Satan that I made up in my mind that I'm going to forget those things. I'm going to let it go. Yes, I may not be able to sing like an angel, but I got a desire to make a joyful noise. I'm going to let it go. I'm not going to spend time worrying about trying to revenge. Because the Lord said, vengeance is already mine. Can I get a witness in here? Yeah, I'm going in 2025. Yes, sir, I'm not going to enter into the new year angry like I did in the past year. Oh, yes, I'm going to let it go. And I'm not going to get all upset because I'm not having my way. I'm not going to get all upset because you're hanging on to the past. Yes, I'm going to let it go. And I'm not going to allow the feeling of depression or no suicide thoughts start creeping in my mind. Yes, I'm going to let it go. I'm not going to let loneliness, y'all don't help me, reside in my tabernacle. Yes, I'm going to let it go because my mind is made up. I got a desire in 2025. What is that desire is? I feel like Paul. My eyes is on the true prize. I wish I heard a witness in here. Yeah, what is that prize? Yeah, is to have a close relationship with the Lord. Can I get a witness? Paul said the only thing that I am after now is that I want to know him. Can I get a witness? Who is him? Jesus is him. Can I get a witness? The more I know him, can I get a witness? The better I know how to treat my fellow man. Can I get a witness? The more I know about him, the more I can glorify him. I wish I had a witness in here. I want to know him. The more I know him, the more he'll walk with me. Can I get a witness? The more I know him, the more I'll be able to use him at my disposal. The more I can tell the world about him. Can I get a witness? That took my whipping, that took my beating. Can I get a witness in here? I don't know about whether you know him or not, but I wish in 2025 you will get to know him better. Can I get a witness? When you get to know him better, you can feel better. When you get to know him better, you can shout better. Nobody have to make you shout. Nobody will have to make you lift your hands up. When you know him, can I get a witness? You can think of the goodness of the Lord. Is there anybody in here want more of him? Is there anybody in here want more of God? Can you just look at a neighbor and say, neighbor, I don't know about what you want, but I want him. I want him, the man that make me happy when I ain't got a dime in my pocket. I want him, the man that will come and see about me. Anybody got him? I say, anybody got him? The more I got him, the more I want him. Can I get a witness? I'm glad. I said, I'm glad that I released some things in 2024, and I just told the Lord, Lord, give me more of you. Can I get a witness? Is there anybody in here got that same mindset? Is there anybody in here want that same man? If you get on him, can you just look at somebody and tell them, this joy I have is because of him. He died to give me my joy. He died to give me my strength. Do y'all know who he is? Can you just shake somebody's hand and say, neighbor, I don't mean to bother you, but can I tell you, him walks with me, him talks to me, him holds me, him keep me from falling. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Can I ask you one more time? Ain't he able? I said, ain't he able? Can he do anything that you can't do for yourself? Have you tried him? I said, have you tried him? I said, have you tried him? If you done tried him, can you tell somebody he's all right? Yes, he is. He's all right. That's what I'm reaching for. Is to have a closer relationship with him. Stop trying to impress folks. Because the more you try to impress folks, there's a possibility that you set yourself up to have an angry God on your side. You don't want to have an angry God. Release some things. I said, release some things. Release that pain. Oh, what an invitation. Oh, what an invitation for a new year. The Lord said, come. I invite you to release the past. You can't live in the present. You can't live in the future. Still dwelling on the past. Go ahead and celebrate the past, but keep in mind there's a right now moment, and then there's tomorrow. He didn't bring us this far now. He didn't let us see 2025. I'm finished. The question was asked one time, Deacon Pearls, why did God allow me to see another day? Why did not God kill me? Why did not God let me die? Can I tell y'all something? I discovered one thing about God. God, he allowed us to live to see another day, another year, another moment. Because we have not fulfilled the purpose that he had for us. Maybe you're here today. Maybe you're still here to get right today, but you didn't get it right on last year. Maybe the Lord left us here another year to let go of some of that stuff in the past that is weighing us down. I want to leave here. I want to let another day, I want to let another week go by without asking the Lord, Lord, thank you for giving me another chance. Thank you, Lord, for giving me another opportunity. Somebody just heard that word. Somebody just heard that. Somebody just received that word. That word was for you. You need to come to Jesus. You need to come to Jesus. This first Sunday in this first year is a good start. You didn't go through what you went through in the previous years for nothing. God bless you to get to this 5th day of January 2025 for a reason. To start fresh. To start new. That word for you ought to come on down that aisle. You ought to come down that aisle and give Christ, give him your soul, give him your life. If you're here today for baptism, by letter, by Christian experience, rededication, recommitment, you ought to come today. He will sing. I want to extend an invitation to you ought to mean it. He will say come on. The church ought to be on fire. There's a young man coming. Come on. Are there another one? There's another one. Are there another one? He will save your soul.
Right now you ought to come. You ought to mean it from your come to Jesus.
He will save
your soul. To Jesus.
There ought to be another one ought to come.
To Jesus.
He'll do it right now. He'll do it right now.